Hello, hello, and welcome back to Lyre. We've started a new chapter. I don't know what's happening. That's kind of exciting. Anything could happen at the start of this chapter. Get the to safety. Coming down that side too. Doesn't matter. Just get out of here. Was Lord Brine then? No, you idiot. His cart back there. Hmm. Eto. There we go. I don't feel like myself. Everything hurts. I'm struggling to breathe for some reason. Did the wind get knocked out of me? I try to lift my arms, but they don't move. I can't move. Have I been paralyzed? No. I may not be able to move, but I can feel pain and tiredness. Debris and dust clutters my sinuses. My sinuses. How is this word spelled debris? Because that is that word, right? Why isn't it spelled? Why isn't it like debris? Like, right? Shouldn't that be how it's pronounced? I try to open my eyes, but as expected, they don't work either. I feel like an absolute mess. I don't remember how I could have gotten into this situation. Am I reliving the avalanche? No, I don't think I am. It's too hot. Something isn't right. My entire body feels like it isn't my own. I have to argue to yell, but nothing comes out. Then there's my legs. They they feel like they're being crushed. I feel like my feet aren't even there. There's a hopeful feeling. However, yeah, yeah. However, as I feel more awake by the minute. Am I asleep? Yeah, this is just a dream. Nothing to worry about. I'm actually kind of glad. Usually, I've never been able to realize when I'm in a dream. Something like that was very rare for me. I don't know how to wake up, though. The ringing in my ears slowly subsides. I can hear the. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. Uh, that's annoying. Hey, no blood this time. Isn't that nice? Do any of you have that primal fear of any time you sneeze, where it's just like, it's gonna be really awkward if like blood shoots out of my nose? Especially if I'm in front of people, then they get all worried and shit. I can hear the rustling of leather in front of me, and there's also the sound of struggling. Without even trying, my arms struggle to push myself up. There's something on top of me. I can't get out from under it. My eyes are tightly squinted. I'm not doing this. It's like I don't even have control. Am I even me? My eyes open, and everything is blurred. It's like I just woke up. I'm laying on rocky ground, and there's splintered wood all over the place. After a minute of gaining my senses, I look up and see two figures. I start to violently move around underneath the rubble and reach out a hand. This isn't my hand. It hurts a lot more, but wait, it hurts a lot, and one of the fingers might be broken. Through the rips in the glove, I can see brown fur sticking out. What the hell is going on? My mouth moves, but my own voice doesn't come out. Stop! Please! Reinar? I'm Raynor? No, I'm just dreaming that I'm Raynor. I'm not having the troubles. Well, that looks really loud. On the levels. I am sorry about that. We can adjust all that. It looked alright on the main menu, but you know. It's fine. It's fine. Then this is... Oh no. After being infatuated with my circumstances, I finally realize where I am. A Queen Elena is unconscious and being held hostage by a figure in a ragged cloak. He looks like a lizard, but I can't see his face. Just his vibrant red eyes. He's got a jagged dagger raised and aimed to strike. The silks on her clothes are scuffed up and torn, and her face is scratched and bruised. She's covered in dust and chips of debris. Why would I do that? If you let her go and seize this attack, the kingdom of Lyre will take no action. Raynar's hand is trembling. Yeah, it's trembling, and I can feel all of his movements. His body is shaking, and his chest is heaving. I can feel his tail pressed flat against his rear. The debris and wood from the carriage is laying on one of his antlers. Okay, so he can't move his head very well. This is very strange. No, this is terrifying. It's like I'm seeing through his eyes. It feels so real, too. I find that hard to believe. I swear it. A dreadfully long silence falls on the area. It's broken by the sound of his raising the knife higher into the air. I didn't come here to make deals. I know it's coming, and I wish I could close my eyes. No! It happens in an instant, but it feels like an eternity. I collapse underneath the rubble and fall apart. I hear his anguish as he lets out a general scream of pain. It feels like the warm feeling of tears streaming down his face. Stop it, please. Let me help her. Raynar gathers his strength and begins to lift with all of his might. The carriage budges a bit, but it's not enough for him to get out from underneath. You'll be with her soon enough. No. I can hear the bandits stepping closer. His footsteps stop. Damn. Damn. He runs away as I hear shouting on my right. It sounds like a large group of men running towards the cart. Several bandits are being chased and run by the carriage. But Raynar's eyes are too teary to see. After a few seconds, he lifts his head and opens them. Lyle? He was there. It's him, but he's younger. He looks to be 14, maybe younger. His fur is spotted on his face, almost like freckles, and his head fur is short and ruffled. He's wearing a sturdy leather armor with a sun crest in the center. His entire left side and sword is shimmering with crimson blood. Lyle may be young, but he looks beaten and worn out. Boy, stay here! I can see his paw clenching around the handle of his sword. But we're so close. No, Reed. We can handle this. Help the king and queen. After that, return to Lord Brine. That's an order. Raynar turns to the soldier, speaking to Lyle. Go after him, now! He sounds absolutely infuriated. I can distinctly hear the sadness in his turn to rage. A couple soldiers run to Elena's side and begin attending to her. Some other soldiers start to lift the broken carriage. Lyle looks down to Elena and then turns to me. Who did this? Oh my god. The right side of Lyle's face has been ripped vertically by a thick red gash. No, this is how he got it. Blood runs down his side of his face, and his eye is closed shut. Raynar grunts as I can feel the debris be lifted off of him. The bastard with green scales and the dagger. Elena's stomach is soaked in blood, and that pools onto the ground. I can feel a massive weight lift off of Raynar's legs as the wreck is raised higher. Help her, please! Lyle looks down to Elena again with a troubled look on his face. Here, get up. Get up! Ones. Wake up! Richter, wake up! Lyle is standing over my bed, shaking me by my shoulders. He has a worried look on his face. Seeing his groomed fur and adult features is a stark contrast to what I had just seen. You were having a nightmare. It looked really bad. No, I wasn't. My entire back is coated in sweat and my face feels hot. My clothes are practically sticking to my body. That was no nightmare. That was. Lyle puts a palm on his head after my shouting fit. He's probably hungover from last night. My entire body is shaking as I look down at my hands. They're exactly how they usually are. You don't look so good. Did you catch a cold? Maybe going to town was a bad idea. I'll go and get Leaf. No, I need to see Rainer. Why would you need to see him? I've been having very strange dreams and I need to talk to him, Lyle. Okay, but you can do that later. Right now, you need to rest. Lyle, I don't have a cold. I'm fine. I need to see him. I slide out of bed and plant my feet on the ground. It's cold, so I grab the shoes that I kicked off my feet last night. They're sitting in the corner of the room, one on top of the other. I adjust my coat and walk to the door. My hair is a mess, but I decide that I won't be needing to pull it back. I stand in the doorway and look back at Lyle. He has a worried look of confliction on his face. I go through the doorway and begin to sprint down the hallway. Unsurprisingly, it's very cold out. I think I hear Lyle exit the door after me, but it doesn't seem like he's chasing me down. I turn a corner and sprint towards the dining chamber. It's where he would most likely be right about now. We've been used to wait, we've been using it as a place to hold meetings, and he's been working in there a lot. The other council room hasn't been used in a very long time, so they're still cleaning it. What just happened? That dream was so vivid. I don't think it was a dream. Something is really wrong. It was like there were rules. The circumstances were so realistic, and it was too well constructed. I can feel the sweat running down the side of my head. I feel like an absolute mess. Nope, there's the painting. It doesn't feel like it's like something that I could just imagine in my head. The events seem too real. I realize that I'm practically shaking all over my body as I sprint down the echoing hallway. Maybe it was just a nightmare. A coincidence? Please tell me that was all in my head. I reach the door and fling it open. Raynor. Oh, new character. Okay. There he is, sitting at a table. His head jerked in my direction as I threw the door open. What's this? Sitting next to him is a woman I've never met before. Wait, a human? I've never seen. The only human I know of is a guard under Lyle's command, but this isn't her. She's a bit shocked to see me burst into the room, but her expression turns to one of disgust. I don't care though. This is important to me, and I've been courteous for too long. It's driving me insane. Sorry, King Raynor. I walk up to the table and press my hands down on it, supporting my weight. Hello, Lord Richter. What is the meaning of this chaotic entrance? Lyle leans in the doorway with a sheepish grin. Your Majesty! Lyle. Yes, we all know who you are. Really? Who's she? I point at the woman, who is now standing up from her chair. War Minister Rene. Elizabeth Rene. Pleasure. I try to get a word in to Reiner, but she turns to him. Is this that ambassador you were telling me about? I'm guessing he's from Erin. Raynor? They both turn to me with shocked expressions. Lyle steps into the room, raising his hand in a comforting manner. Yes, Richter? Raynor's look of surprise changes to one of genuine concern. I take a deep breath and begin. Remember the talk we had last night? A searing burn works its way through my head. I almost collapse onto the table from pain, but I manage to support myself with my arm as I bring my hand to my head. Somebody should get Leaf. He isn't looking too good. No, I'm fine. That's what you want to say in that scenario. I just need to know about last night. Richter, this isn't the time to talk about that. Please, Raynor, you have to trust me. You said that you could remember every detail of that day, correct? He doesn't answer at first. My head is splitting open. Yes. I say the next sentence, tapping my fingers on the table for emphasis. Who did it? There is a very long pause before he speaks. There's a look of curiosity on his face. It was a bandit. Yes, but what did he look like? Why do you need to know this? Please, you have to trust me. He looks down at the table. His head feels like it's going to crack an egg. I hate to do this, but I have so many questions and very strange things are happening. Things I don't understand. We don't know the exact species, but he was a reptile. He was dressed in a brown cloak, and he was carrying a wretched dagger. Oh my god. A razor-sharp pain shoots through my body. Wouldn't you want to say who it was? Like, I feel like Richter should have said his side first. That way to shock Raynor. Because now he can be like, I dreamed this. But he has, like, you have no leverage to prove that now. A razor-sharp pain shoots through my body, starting at my feet and ending at my head. It causes me to arch, and I lean my head back, looking up. No? I feel myself fall into someone's arms. He's definitely showing that he's doing okay. Ah. Sorry, this cough drop stabbed me. What happened to him? Going to be okay? He should be fine. I hope so. My eyes feel like they have been sealed shut, and my head is throbbing with a dull pain. I'm laying in bed on my back with a few pillows propping my head up. It's very cold. I force my eyes open. This feels oddly familiar. Both Lyle and Leaf are on the other side of the room. Leaf is sitting on my desk, writing on a piece of parchment. Lyle has his hands on the desk and is leaning over it, watching what Leaf is writing. Leaf looks very small in my chair, his shoulders barely coming up over the desk. I slowly sit up in bed, and they turn to me. You're awake! A Leaf hops out of the chair, and they both walk up to my bed. How long have I been out? I pull the covers up a bit, realizing I'm not wearing a shirt. What a day. Today is the summer solstice. What happened? You tell us. You were really distressed on the edge in the dining room. It all comes back to me after he says that. I don't seem to remember something like that. Oh, I do seem to remember. I hope I didn't offend the king. He wasn't offended, just confused. The war minister was more confused, though. You let out this painful yell before falling over. Oh, that must have been a great first impression. I'm sure it was. He says this with all the sarcasm he can muster. I managed to catch you before you hit the ground, so you should be fine. He says this with a tone of proudness in his voice, which I can't help but smile at. I feel fine though. My head hurts a little, and I still can't shake the thought of that creepy dream I had, but I feel fine. It's predicted information that I had no knowledge of. I can still remember everything clearly, right down to the nearest detail. Would you mind telling me what had you so troubled? I take a moment to gather my thoughts before telling him. He grabs a quill and a piece of parchment and gets to write. I had this dream the night before. It was about the murder of Queen Elena. Who told you about that? Rainer did, just the day before. The only problem with the dream was that it felt too real. I didn't realize this at first, but I was experiencing it from Rainer's perspective. I also didn't have any control over anything. I remember the horrible feeling of not being able to do anything as those awful events unfolded before me. It must be worse for Rainer considering he actually couldn't do anything. The scariest part was that it was there were things in the dream that I didn't even know about. Events, people, all sorts of things. Every detail was laid out for me on a silver platter, and Runner confirmed some of the details for me, which is what I feared the most. I pause and I rub my eyes. Lyle is staring at me with a curious look. Lyle is gazing at me. Yeah, Leaf is gazing at me, taking everything in and giving me his full attention. Okay, I'll end the part here. So I'll see you around, everyone.